why is there a difference between under 35 versus over 35 if you've been and what is normal? Because you said regular sex.
Yeah.
Is that because we really need to know.
Yes,
we really need to. I said, does pulling out count?
No,
because
it doesn't.
Okay.
So, and I'll say this because the clinical definition is, they assume that when a heterosexual couple is having intercourse and they're trying to conceive, they're not using any protection, right? So the idea is we're not pulling out, we're not using condoms, we're really intentionally trying to conceive, and we're not. Something's not happening. But the age factor is super important. So I know a lot of us, when we grow up, we hear about like, oh, your biological clock is ticking. Everyone has that aunt who's always heard, oh, if you don't get married now, if you don't slow down now, and that's actually has some truth to it. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because when women are born, when biological female women are born, we're born with all of the follicles or all of the eggs we're ever going to have. And so typically we start off with anywhere between 800,000 to 1 million. Yes, eggs when we are born. But the thing is, we don't go through puberty for another, 12, 13 years. Mm-hmm. For some people, especially Hispanic and Black women, they do end up going through puberty a couple of years earlier than their white counterparts. And so typically by the time puberty comes on, and the first sign of puberty is typically breast buds, we know that, okay, the process of hormonal suppression from the brain has kind of lifted so that sexual expression and hormones can be more clear. And at that time, there's typically about 500 to 300,000 embryos still or follicles still left over. So
something is happening to the amount that you were born with?
Yes, it loses at quite a quick rate. And that's because typically, the brain, when the brain is not specifically designed to prepare the body for birth or to prepare the body for fertility, it's not going to necessarily pace out the amount of eggs that we lose on a day-to-day or on a monthly basis. But once we have that cyclical nature happening, when a young girl starts her menstrual cycle, the idea is she's losing a specific amount every single month, right?
Where did those eggs go?
So they just kind of get absorbed. So the thing is, what you don't use, you lose. And every woman has something called an ovarian reserve, which is the amount of viable eggs that are available that are decent quality, for good quality enough for you to be able to reproduce with. And so that changes as you age. And a lot of women don't know that, especially when you enter into your 30s, your mid 30s, the rate at which the ovarian reserve drops actually is significantly higher. And that's because at that point, biologically speaking, the expectation is that we should have already rounded up our reproductive years. Your face. We should have. I mean,
I was trying to figure out life. Trying to figure out how to pay these bills.
What? Who was I in my? Because peak. It's funny when you see the studies. The peak reproductive years are anywhere between the age of 21 to 26. And it's like, baby, I didn't even know my left from my right. I didn't even know how to file my taxes when I was 21.
I had no business bringing life into this world at that age.
No business,
None.